PR Connections Radio presents.
Hey, business owners. Want to get your brand in front of thousands of locals in Vegas without blowing your budget on overpriced ads? Ready to boost your visibility? Use promo code PRTalk for an exclusive offer. Click the link in the description or contact 702-445-9488 to talk to our experts today. Vegas is watching. Make sure they see you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Evelyn's Roundtable. This podcast highlights a host of relevant topics. Our conversations share voices of women of color, Black women veterans, allies, candidates, and elected officials, entrepreneurs, teachers, students, and others. We also explore important issues and challenges such as grassroots leadership, job training, homelessness, and mental health advocacy, accountability, male inclusion, and civics. Our mission statement is to empower all women. Do you hear me? All women to hold hands as we rise. Well, hello there. And thank you, Dana, from PR Connections. I always want to give her a shout out for all the good hard work she does behind the scenes. And thank everybody for being on here tonight with us. And we have a special guest, everybody. I mean, when I say special, I mean special. Man, Donna, you have really empowered me more than you know. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I wish there was more of you. I wish there was a few more of you around here. But you always give me encouragement. You always have my six. I know that when I call you, I know I'm going to get the real. I know I can count on you. And you always include me too. And you always encourage me to be the veteran Black woman that I am. And I just had to say that because I know you hear it, but I wanted to say it from me because I think we need to say that because you served. And I don't think we give enough credit to the Vietnam veterans that are here. And I don't think we listen to you like we should. I think we bypass you. I think you have so much knowledge to give. And I already told you, I'm going to come over there with a pad and a pencil to get everything because it's important that we pass along, right, what we're doing. So with all that, I had to do that, everybody. So can you please just let us know who you are, even though I really told everybody who you was. But
good evening, everyone. My name is Donna Lee. I'm a Vietnam era veteran from 69 to 89. And it's a privilege and honor to be here tonight because this is my passion and it runs through my veins. Whatever I can do to help our veterans, be it male and of course, especially females, because we're the unseen veterans. They forget that women are veterans too, and women serve and women fought in battles as well. So I'm here to keep making that recognition that we are real and we are here. So thank you for having me.
That is so true. And that part, right? And what's interesting, what you said too, is we're not seen. I mean, it happens all the time to me. I can even have my veteran shirt on, but I don't have my veteran hat on like you do. They still ignore. I mean, I'm thinking, wow, I got a shirt that says American Legion Post or veteran women. You know, I have my shirt on today, my veterans women shirt on too. Everybody, I have mine on today too. But it's like, but they still don't see the shirt. But if
No, they
you
don't.
have a hat, and then for some reason they notice that,
Yes.
so that is something. Well, can you give us a little bit more information about your path of being in the military and how you got here, and then we're gonna move on from there and talk about everything else you
Right.
do in the state.
Yeah. Well, my journey started, of course, when I graduated high school, which was back in the day. Um, I'm from Lewisburg, West Virginia, which is a small little town. And if you don't get out when you have the opportunity, you never get out. And if you go back, you might as well stay. Well, I chose to leave. And I think I've probably been back 3, 4 times in my entire career. Um, I went to join the Air Force, and because I graduated in June, and they said, well, we can have you in April. That was the following year. And I'm like, no, I can't wait that long. We got to do better. So then I started looking at other services. The Army came around. I said, no, I don't think so. I don't like the color uniform. The Marine Corps came by, and they scared me because they were like really rough. And so the Navy came by, and it was during the time of McHale's Navy, and I just knew I was going to go on board a ship and be in the Navy. Well, that didn't happen. So I went in the Navy as a young 18-year-old. I was definitely not prepared for it because it was during the Vietnam era, and women was not exactly accepted at that time. They didn't know what to really do with us. We were limited on jobs that we could do, and being a minority woman, a black woman in the military, Navy especially, it was even farther from being equal because they didn't allow us to get in too many different positions. Initially, I went in admin, and because I'm very vocal, I like to say what's on my mind. I don't have filters. I I told him, I said, told my counselor, career counselor, I said, you know what? I could probably do the job of two of you better than either one of you. Next thing I know, I was on my way to Orlando, Florida, to go to school to become an NC. Became an NC, and from that point, I became a company commander, training women. And I had a couple years' experience, being a female in the military. And then after that, I became a recruiter, and I brought all veterans into the service. Even people of different nationalities that we were having a hard time getting in, but because I do things outside the box, I had an interpreter to speak different languages for me so I can get the parents to understand who we are and what we're about. So that started my journey until into the Navy. And I loved the Navy. It was a long journey, 20 years. Um, when I got out of the service, what do I do now? I wasn't really sure. By this time, I had 4 children and a spouse. I retired in San Diego, California, and I decided to go back to West Virginia, or actually Virginia. Didn't work for me because I went back and they said, well, what do you want us to do with you? You don't need a job. I mean, you retire, you shouldn't work. I still had 4 mouths that want to get fed every day. So I decided, well, I need to do something. Went around different jobs and so forth. And then they told me, maybe you should consider going on welfare. And I'm like, nope, that's not going to do it. So after a lot of frustration, I went back to California, decided to get my education, and I went from a zero to a master's degree. Then the VA called me and said, hey, how would you like to come to Las Vegas and work? And I'm thinking, by this time I was a single parent of 4 children. And I'm thinking, I have 4 kids and I'm a single parent. What can I do in Vegas? I said, we can't live in a casino. Show you how much I knew about Vegas at that time. So no, they kind of like, let us show you. So 1998, I came to Las Vegas. Was I surprised? They actually had people that lived here. They actually have houses outside the casinos. All this stuff I never knew before. So I learned about that, and I worked for the VA here in Las Vegas for almost 10 years. And then I had a few things happen to where I terminated my career, but I wasn't done because there was still a lot of us out there, again, especially women, that needed help. Once you get out of service, they don't even say goodbye to you. They just close the door behind you. And so a lot of us was unsure what to do or how we can continue on or get our benefits for the jobs that we did in the military. So after many people came to me and said, "Hey, Donna, I need help. Can you help me? Can you tell me where to get this?" So I started researching, and then I found the information, the resources. So I started helping people. Next thing I knew, this is my journey. I do what I can to help all service people. Doesn't matter what branch of service. If they're in need, I find the resources. And I joined all the different organizations out here so I can better help our brothers and sisters and also to find out what they're all about so it can help me. As I needed help as well, but I don't share a lot. But I help our veterans, I help our military, I help whoever is in need. And some of those needs are homelessness, some of our needs are without a job or have children and don't have help in raising them. So we had to find the resources. And that's basically what I do since 2006. After I left the VA, I've been doing what I need to do to help our veterans, to get them the resources, to help them find resources, to help them with PTSD, which is something was very new to me. If I knew what PTSD was back in that time, I probably would still be married today. But we didn't know what it was. So now I have a special uh, place in my heart for people who goes through this and have these issues that people don't have a clue what it's about. So
Yes, it's a lot. Could you tell everybody what NCO is? Because I know what it is, but
NC1, NC1, NC1 is a Navy counselor. Yeah, I was a Navy counselor, E6, first class.
there you go. Yeah, gotta tell them. Hey, we
Yeah,
got we got to get our bars and stripes here.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah.
Well, that was another issue too. When I was in the military, they made sure that I would never make rank past the E6. When I went up for E7 or whatever, there was always some hiccup or some reason to pull my recommendation, and I never made it past, taking the test and being, eligible, but never made rank. But that was okay too, because my purpose was not making rank, although I would like to have the extra money. It was more of helping my brothers and sisters. So that's what I chose to do rather than going crawling up in the corner and feeling sorry for myself.
Yes, because that is an option, right?
Hmm. Yep.
That is an option to turn away, to back away, to say, you know what, I'm not going to help anybody else. I'm not going to
Yeah.
do anything else. But that's not an option.
No,
That
it's not.
really is an option, and I'm very grateful that I went into the military. I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
It has taught me not to give up. Um, it has taught me too that when you're doing something or marching orders or your mission or that you follow through with it.
That's right.
You follow through with it and you complete it, right? You complete and I say a lot to the ladies that come through my pipeline class. I said when I was in military, we had to do something with the drill sergeant was doing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a halfway through, and then we went, well, wait a minute, we're going to go back to the drill sergeant and we're going to ask them about this right here or this sentence or maybe we don't.
Mm-mm.
That's not a choice, right?
That's right.
That's not a choice. There's no choices in that.
No.
And then plus, you don't want to do that with your drill sergeant anyways, or anybody like that anyways. You don't want to go back and say that you didn't do what your orders said, or being in the military is very independent. Even though
Yeah.
we work with men, women, our teams, it's still very independent on how we do things. And
Right.
And I remember when I was going through my stages of not recognizing that I was a veteran, and you said to me one day, "I got your six," and I was like, "My six," and I'm trying to think, because I'm thinking six. Well, could it be a six pack? You know what I'm saying?
I had that too.
Right? Is it a six pack? No, I got your six, meaning you really have my back.
Yep.
And so I love saying that now. I got your six.
Yeah.
And people are like, "What? You got my six?" Like, yeah. And even now, because me and you work together a lot,
Yes.
and I want to let everybody else know too that you do veteran treatment court, which is really big here, not in just this state, but other states. And veteran
Right.
treatment court is a lot. And because I don't think people really understand that, as a veteran, when you're going to PTSD, when you're even going through other things for other people, that it's kind of different for us. The emotional part of it, I think, that starts happening and everything. So can you talk about veteran treatment court and how many you've been involved in, how long you've been involved?
My goodness. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know how to use that word no. I haven't learned that one completely yet. But I started in Veterans Treatment Court actually back in 2011 and didn't know what I was doing, but it sounded kind of cool, so I did it anyway. And to me, first of all, one of the judges that I worked for was Judge Stevens, who was a Marine. Simplified,
Shout
bro.
out to Stevens, Judge
Yes,
Stevens, shout out.
he is above all. But the one thing he taught me, and I do it to this day, is integrity. No matter what you do, what issues you have, or what failures or successes you have to have integrity, and you have to be true to yourself and honest with everybody. And to see those veterans coming at court, I mean, they're already down because, I mean, they at their last, the bottom of the barrel there, and they want help to get back on their feet. And that is another thing is that when we get out of the military, what do? They say, all right, see you later. Have a nice life. Don't want to be you. And they forget that, you served them and you did things that you were not completely sure what happened. How do I do this? And how do I take care of my family? Because while you're in the military, you have steady income. Your family's taken care of. You have what all the needs that you have. When you get out, you are broken. You don't have a job. Your family still want that steady income. Your spouse is like constantly saying, why don't we have this? Why can't we do that? And so it pushes a veteran into doing things outside their norm or things that they normally wouldn't do if they had the resources to help themselves. So they get into trouble. They either do drinking or drugs or domestic violence, anything it takes to try to ease the wounds and the pains that go through. So then they end up in our treatment court. And what our purpose is to help lift them up, get them back on their feet, and to show them that you're okay, or it's okay not to be okay, but yet you can still make it. That's our whole purpose there. So we take them through. Usually, the treatment court is from a year to 2 years long, depending on what the situation was. And they go through rigorous, counseling services that's going to help them understand, get back on their feet, to help their families. Everything they need, they will find it there. And there's a lot of folks out here that thinks is weak. They think that they're not getting all the punishment they're supposed to have. It's not about punishment. It's about getting them back on their feet and making them feel whole again. Because if you never served in the military and you never been in combat, you don't have a clue what these folks go through, what they're feeling, what their demons are, or what help they need. So when people say thank you for your service. A lot of them don't know why they're saying it. They're saying it because they hear other people saying it.
Yeah.
But you say it because they're the ones who stepped out, stepped up, and went to war to protect a country that tends to forget about us, tend to say, oh, well, no big deal, when it was a major deal. Some of us never went to combat, but we supported those who did. And we had our war here. So we had to go through some things as well. But in order to get whole again, we have hiccups. We end up in treatment court. And that's where we start over. We get a restart and we get the mental health treatment, the physical treatment, we get housing, we get food, we get help for our families. All the things that the military should have helped us with when we got out, they didn't. So now they have to get it here. And it gives me joy because watching these people start off, in a dark place, and a year or so later, they come out and they're a total different whole person that can stand up tall, hold their heads up, and they can move forward. And if they have a hiccup, they know they have resources to go to. They're getting what they should have gotten when they got out of the military. So it's our job as mentors. We need more female mentors, ladies. Get out here, desperately. We need mentors to help guide them. Is your battle buddy. They got your six. You helping each other. Okay? And that's something that people don't understand, they don't realize. But when you come to the graduations, that's when you see the progress, the differences. And it gives me joy when I see, for an example, some of the police officers that come to see where they've come, how far they've come since their arrest. It gives me joy to see our people in leadership to come and watch them graduate and to hear their stories. Because they come in, they're not in a good way. They're angry, they're mad, they don't want to hear what you got to tell them. But when they get to the end, they're grateful, they're thankful, and they thank the Lord or whoever, their universe, for giving them a second chance. And their families are happier, and their kids see that mom or pop has gotten better, and it's okay not to be okay, but you can get better. And that's our goal: is get them better, give them the resources that they should have gotten that they didn't get, and to help them get through and help someone else up. That's the purpose of the treatment court: is to get you back on your feet, give you that belief in yourself, give you that integrity back, and to help you help others.
Yes, and you said a couple good points too. Is it's over a year you go through this. It is not just okay. I'm gonna show up for court. I'm gonna check
Mm.
in. No, it's like a whole bunch of things that you have
Yeah,
to
you got
do.
community service you got to do. And most course you have to come initially for every week, and then after a while you come 2 weeks, and it gets all the way up to about 4 to 6 weeks. But you go through a lot. It's not a piece of cake, and you don't get a joyride going through it, because there's things that you have to do that you didn't have to do before. I'm grown. I shouldn't have to be told this or told that. Yes, you're grown, but because you forgot, we have to help you to get back on track to help yourself to know what you're supposed to do and where the resources are to help you, and to know that you do still have, you know, comrades out here that's going to help you, that wants to help you. So we're giving you that trust back. We're giving you that integrity and the resources that you need so you can help yourself and help others. We have too many folks that have committed suicide because they didn't know what to do or know how to find the resources that needed. That's a major thing among veterans. And people don't think about it, but a lot of us older veterans, World War II, we got a few of those left, but Korean War veterans and those Vietnam era veterans, we're checking out a lot faster than people realize too, because they think we die of old age. No, we're not dying of old age. A lot of us dying because they still haven't got the recognition or the encouragement that they should have gotten it a long time ago. So it's up to us to take care of our veterans and the young folks. They have a different nasty war now. I mean, it's even, I wouldn't say more vicious, but it's different. And they need help too. So we try to help them as much as we can, senior veterans. as well as the courts that have the veterans in there that have gone through what they've gone through, or at least know what they're going through to give them a hand. So that's the whole purpose of it. And not anyone can be a mentor. It has to be someone who know their service, know their generation, and know the needs that they have.
Do you have to and you might have answered it, but do you in for veteran treatment court, do you have to be a veteran to be involved with that as a mentor?
Yes, yes, you must be a veteran. Um, what we try to do is we try to pair up the services. Like if you're Army, we try to put Army with you because they better understand you. If you're Air Force, Navy, or what have you, we try to pair you up that way. But if not, it's okay. We can still pair you up with another branch of service that still have similar issues or had them that can help you get through what you need to go through to get through the court program. And
And
some of the folks that I worked with, oh my gosh, 10 years ago, I'm still in touch with them. We still communicate. We send cards to each other. We ask how the families are. And some of their kids have gone into service because what they have learned and what they've gone through, and they better help their families. So it's not just a one and done, it's not a 1 year, 2 year thing. It's a lifetime change, and it's to help them get back on their feet, and it's to help their siblings or kids, their whole family to better understand what a veteran goes through, active duty, the veteran, and they need help. We need help. We all have lost something or we all have gone through something, but we're able to handle it differently. And that's why we put them together so that they can understand what they're going through and yet be, compassionate with it and help them to get to where you are so they can be, in a better place as well.
and as far as age, so if you get out of the military at 27, you still
Hmm.
can be a mentor.
Absolutely. Yep.
So that's yeah. So
Just
pretty
have to
much.
get an honorable discharge and be willing to, take that time because it's not, you know, to me, it's a major commitment. It's a lifetime commitment. And you have to be there for the veteran. You can't just say, I've been here 2 months. I'm tired now. I don't want to do it anymore. You got to continue because it not only helps the veteran, it helps us as well. A good example of that is I've had the suicide prevention training. I've had, other training to help veterans. But 5 years ago, last week, I went through one of those issues where my daughter committed suicide. I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know what to do. I know what I was supposed to do by the books, but it's different when you actually go through that. And there was resources out there for me that I'm still using, and helping other veterans helps you. So you can relate to the issues and you can let them know that you understand what they're going through and you can help them, but you don't tell them what to do and you're not there to dictate, well, you should have done this. No, that's not what we're there for. We're there to show them other alternatives, other ways of doing things, and how to cope and how to get through what they're going through.
And then too, how many veteran treatment courts? I mean, I know you were involved in a whole lot of them, but you let everybody know because
Yeah.
there wasn't always veteran treatment
Mhm.
court in every area of
No,
the Clark
if I'm not
County.
mistaken, the treatment course started here in 2008 with Judge Stevens. He was the spearhead that got them all started. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we still have 5 treatment courts here. And at one time, I was in all 5 of them. But
You
I
were.
kind of had to cut down. I'm only in 2 now. But it's a commitment, and it's time committing. It's like it's emotional because you feel them and you want to help them, but you got to remember that they're adults too, and they just want to get back on their feet and they just need your helping hand. They don't need you to baby them because they're not babies. They don't need you to tell them what to do. We just because that's the court's job is to tell them what to do and what they give them the stuff they need to do, and we're just there to rally them on, saying you got this, do this, and we're here to help you if you run into a hiccup. we can help you find the resources that you need. We don't tell them what to do. We're there to help them to get through it and to encourage them and give them attaboys when they do great.
This is true. This is true. And so veteran treatment court is not just
Mhm.
justice either. It's district court too
Yeah,
has, well, I don't know if there's a district one in
there's a
municipal,
district.
but I know there's district in the
Yeah,
government building. I don't know if there's district, but like you said, there's Henderson, there's
North Las Vegas,
yes,
Martin
municipal,
Luther King, hmm
yes, Martin Luther
and
King.
two or three downtown, I believe. Yeah,
Yes, and even
yeah.
over in North Las
hmm
Vegas, there's Justice Treatment Court. So listen, everybody, please go and see how you can help. It's very important
And
that
we have
doing
training.
this.
There is training.
Yes, and there is training too. So so is anybody that's listening out here and they said, you know what, I would like to do that. Is there any way that we can point them in the right direction or go talk to which court?
Well, initially, if they want, they can reach out to me, and I can give them the resources that they need, depending on where they want to do it at. But we do have resources that's national known that can train them on how to become a mentor and what our roles are. Because we're not in charge of them. We don't tell you you must do this, you must do that. We give you guidelines that you have to go by. And we encourage you to remember that they're your brothers and sisters. They're not your kids. They're not a bad person. They're just another veteran that needs help to get back on track. And that's what our whole purpose is to help them get back on track and then move forward. And it's also helpful to give them like resources outside the court because you go to court every week, and then all is like, I got to do your analysis. I got to go to this class. I have to do all these different things. But there's also resources out here to where they can enjoy it too. A lot of veterans organizations, MVP, the Gone But Not Forgotten, there's a lot of resources out here that can help them enjoy life and still be around their comrades. So
Yes.
I put a
Yeah.
lot of things out there on Facebook or to people that hey, they're having this, they're having that. You need to get involved, or you want to get involved. And most of the things that we do are free to the veteran. So you don't have to put out any money. Most folks don't have money anyway.
True.
So they just need to show up, and you get the help, and especially when your comrades, because that's where it's really counts because you don't have them around anymore. But once you get with them again, you share some of the same things. You share some of the same issues. And even though you might be in court and they're not, there's things that you've learned that could help them and vice versa. So
No.
we're in this together. Once you sign that dotted line, it never ends. It never ends. So you're a lifer. And they talk about
Amen.
lifers. They don't mean 20 years, 30 years. You're in it for life because
Yeah.
your whole life changes once you sign that line and head off to boot camp.
Oh yes. Boot
Yep.
camp. Ah,
Mm.
boot camp. I never ate
Yeah,
so much
it was
dirt in my
great.
life. Boot
It was
camp.
great.
Boot camp. Yeah. And resources. That's important too. Um,
Yes.
because you have a lot of resources. I have a lot of resources. I am part of American Legion. I'm the commander of American Legion Post
Mm-hmm.
51. But it is important to have resources and me and you, we have resources for housing. We have
Everything.
resources
Mm-hmm.
for, like you said, if you need to go to a doctor, we have resources on
Transportation, on how
yes,
to find the doctors and stuff like that. Yep.
job training.
Mm-hmm.
We can help you with that also too,
Yep.
because that's something that's important. Like you said, you get out of the military, you're used to having this certain type of money, and now you're like, well,
Right.
wait a minute, I need something that's doing. But you want something that goes with what you did when you're in the military,
Right. Yeah.
right?
And we
So
have resources for families too. Like, if they have troubled kids or whatever, we have resources to help them. We have resources to help your spouse too. So,
Yeah.
you just need to, humble yourself. Let us know what your needs are, and we're there for you. We'll help. We'll find it for you.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm part of Nevada Veterans Caucus. Shout out to them and Levi Schultz and everybody on the committees and everything. And that's been a humbling experience for me too,
Mm-hmm.
to be part of this organization, like you said, where we're really helping. We're part of, and even Fleet Reserve, that's big.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yep.
and that's for everybody that was water, right? All the water, all the
Yeah.
water ones,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I was never on board a ship, which I always asked to be, but I'm a part of Fleet Reserve as well because I was in the Navy, so I qualified for that as well. But
Yes,
I tried to go to sea.
VFW,
I tried.
Elks, all
Yep.
of that. There's a few organizations that you can get a hold of that can help you with resources.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
and it's really, again, it's really humbling to do service and then to, when you get out of the military, and most of us still do service because we served
Hmm.
and we're still serving this community and doing what we can in all of that. So anybody listening, Donna, can you give them your phone number if you don't mind, and
Yep.
they can get a hold of
Not a
you?
problem. Okay, my name is Donna Lee, Lee. My phone number is 702-595-1879.
Thank you
Okay.
for that.
And you
And
can text me anytime, day or night. But if you call me after a certain hour, you won't get my voice. You get my voicemail.
make
But
sure,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. But text me anytime because I can get back to you quicker from a text than from a phone call. Seven zero
yes.
two 595-1879.
And even if you need some type of clothing and that
Mm-hmm.
too, because of furniture, right? We might
Yep.
know somebody we can call to help with any of those things. But um, most of the time, though, if you're calling and you're asking for cash, that's kind of a whole different ballgame there, right?
Yeah, you won't
There's
get
not
the
many
cash, but you can
organizations
get
that do that.
like if you need car repairs or emergency utility, turn on or um food and stuff like that. We know the resources. We can help you get the resources. So you never have to be without. And you shouldn't ever be homeless. But if we don't know what your situation is, we can't help you. So,
Yes,
reach out to us, let us know what your needs are, and we will be able to help you. We will find the resources. Now, I've been doing this for a number of years, and I myself at one time was, I would say I was homeless, but I was couch surfing with 4 kids. We didn't have a home, we didn't have an address, and we went to several different places until I was able to get a home for us. So I've been there too. I know what it's like. Haven't had to go to jail yet, but I've gone through a lot of things that people are going through. I had to find it the hard way, but I was able to do it, and so I'm sharing what I've learned through my experiences and also experiences that other people have that we can help you with. So there's nothing that we can't find it together, or we know somebody that knows somebody can get you the resources that you need.
true.
So,
Yes.
and Miss Evelyn here, especially ladies, you coming out of prison and you need a place to learn a new trade or something, that's the lady. She
Yes.
retrains you and help you get a new trade and get you back to work.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, Nevada Women in Trades and
Mm-hmm.
I'm Army and
Yeah. Go
and
Army.
yeah,
One of these days, the Navy's going to beat you. So,
and yeah, we can tease each other, but you're not
mhm.
teasing us. I'm telling you that right
That's
now.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
and even claims. I didn't even know that I could file for a claim. Didn't even know
Yep.
that either. So everybody that's out here that you haven't found filed for your claim yet, get a hold of one of us too about that. We can
Hmm.
point you in the right direction for that too. Um, and that's like Donna just said, get out of the military, don't really know which what, and then here, wow, I've been
Yep.
out since 1992 and didn't even know I was supposed to file a claim or didn't even
Yep.
know that I had benefits and
They
and
don't
all
tell
that.
you.
No, but you do
Don't
have to be
tell you.
honorable, though. She's right about
Yep.
that. You have to have an honorable discharge to be able to get the
Yeah.
claims. But
And there's
it's
some folks that have general discharges that can get some benefits. And there's also ways of upgrading your disabilities if you have other than honorable conditions or general. There's ways of getting that upgraded. But I'm not going to go through it because it's a long process and there's different things you have to do to make it happen. But it is a possibility because some of those bogus discharges we got was because of who we are and what we do that we didn't get what we should have gotten. So anything and everything you did in the military and come out of the military, there's something or someone out here that can help you move forward. So let's get together, let's talk about it, and if we can't help you, we know somebody else who can.
true fact, true
Yep.
fact, true facts. My dad was a Korean War veteran, and
Mm-hmm.
he didn't know that either. That when he got out of there, he went to Luke Air Force Base, and I didn't find that out until I was in 2015. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like he was in the Korean. And what's interesting that my mom didn't say anything about it to me. Nobody else, it's like, wow, I
Mm-hmm.
had to find out through a computer, like, come on, everybody.
Yeah.
I, again, now that I know I'm a veteran and I got my claim and I just really make it my business now to make sure veterans are being respected and it's something how they'll say, oh, people talk about you, disrespect you, and then you'll let them know that you're a vet. Oh, yeah. Then they'll turn, oh, my grandfather was a vet. Well, then why are you treating others like
Yeah.
that? Then if
Yep.
that's the case, and then plus we can also get a discount on your tags for your car.
I love discounts.
Wow.
I ask for discounts everywhere I go. And see, I have two things I can ask for. I'm a senior, so if they don't give me my military discount, I'll ask for a senior discount. Because I carry both of them. And if you qualify for getting your disabled veteran plates, those who travel out of town and don't have anywhere to park your car, park it at the airport. It's free.
It is.
You can park there as long as you need to. I tell them I'm a 100% disabled veteran, and I check your paperwork and say, okay, thank you for your service. Have a nice day. You don't have to take your wallet out.
Yes.
There's a lot of restaurants and stuff that give you discounts for being veterans. I even got a discount at a car wash, so I
Yes.
always ask for discounts or senior, whatever. It doesn't matter, And it's not that you try and get something for nothing. You serve and you should be given that. You earned that. It's not that they give you anything free. You've earned it. We did what we had to do to protect this country enough to where we had the freedom to do these things and pray and worship, do whatever you got to do to hope that we keep that freedom, that we continue being free and continue getting what we're entitled to and protect our country.
And that is true because I forget sometimes to ask, do you have veteran discount? Even I go to Cane's all the time. I forgot you get a discount at Cane's. I forget all about that,
And the grocery stores that give you discounts. I think the 15th of the month you can get a discount at the Vons and Albertson and other places like that too. So go there on Wednesdays, I think the 15th, and get your discount of groceries or what have you. If you're a senior, you can go there and get a discount for that too. So there's a lot of benefits out here, and a lot of things that, we're entitled to and that we can get, but you just have to ask. And don't be disappointed until you know, because some of them don't even know. Some of them, like, okay, whatever, but it's a possibility.
No, that's true. That's true. A closed mouth does not get fed, as my great grandmother used to say to me. A closed mouth does not get fed. Yes, it is again. And that's why I believe that I'm part of the American Legion, a part of Nevada Veterans Caucus now, and even Nevada Veteran Caucus has a C4. So I'm, and I even helped you before too, with being able to interview the candidates that want to talk about running.
That's another thing that we do, and the purpose of being interviewing candidates going up for election, to help us with what our needs are as veteran community is to inform them of who we are and what we've done, and then to ask them as well on what do you understand about our veteran community? What can you do to help us? Like some of the bills, some of the legislations that we go through, we need your help to help us so that we can better help ourselves. So we try to inform the candidates going up for election on who we are, what we're about, and what our needs are, so that when the bills come through, you can remember and vote on them, to better help us. Because we helped you when we were, out fighting that battle, and nobody sent me ice cream. So, but yeah, we have to do that, and we have to inform them because a lot of folks don't know. If they never
No,
served, a lot of them are clueless. So we have to make sure they understand what it is our needs are and what we've gone through, what we're going through, and to help us get better care for ourselves and our families, and better education, medical for our kids, you name it, we have a need for it.
yes, 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 we do, and it's really important. And if anybody else is listening, again, any veterans out here, any veterans, to run for assembly and the Senate
Yeah.
seat and city council, mayor, that's important. And to look up and check out on how to be a mentor for veteran treatment court, either in justice or in district court. We done gave everybody a lot
Hmm.
of resources out here in
Yep,
this
yep.
last.
And you have my number,
Anna, you can
so you
call
reach out.
me.
Yep. Hmm.
Yes, and reach out to us. And my number is 702-801-6591. And also, you can get a hold of me and go check out our website for www.nevada, spelled out, WIT.org, which is Nevada WIT, which is Nevada Women in Trades. Again,
Hmm.
we have a lot of resources. Between the both of us, we can figure it out. Or like you said, call somebody to call somebody to call
Yep.
somebody to help you, to make sure you have the resources, because you deserve that. You were willing and you did put your life on the line for this country. And I believe, and most of us I talk to believe, that we're owed that.
Yep.
We're owed that, right? So, well, do you have any last words that you want to say to anybody here?
Now, I think I just want people to understand and know what our needs are, and what we're willing to do to help each other, and just keep in mind that we need mentors. We need especially women mentors, because, to my knowledge, I'm the only female mentor in the state. We do have a couple of new ladies who are in training right now to be mentors, but it's a job that needs help. It takes a lot out of us. We do it for free. Don't get paid for it, so don't look for that payday. But it's very rewarding, and it's something that I think we all should have a hand in doing. So thank
Yes.
you. I appreciate all of you.
Everybody, I just want to shout out again to Nevada Veterans Caucus. Please look us up, join, be a part of it. American Legion Post 51, look us up, join. And Fleet Reserves, look us up
Yes,
and join and do something. And
disabled
VFW,
American veterans.
yeah, oh,
Yep.
DAV, yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Yep.
Chapter, what I'm thinking, 15. And Vietnam veterans,
Yep.
chapter
Vietnam.
17. I know about
Mhm.
that. Yes, Vietnam veterans. So get off the couch, and
Yep.
believe me, you might think, oh, I don't know.
Mhm.
And I don't think, no. Anything you do, anyone that you can help in any of the organizations that we just talked about. And please, like they say, get off the couch.
Yeah.
Having one foot in the dirt and one foot in the couch is not doing it, everybody. We need to
And one
have.
other organization I just want to mention is Nevada Veterans Association PAC. That's PAC. We're out here and we do active work in helping our veterans in everything we do and what they need. And we're here to let all the folks running for election, have the story of what veterans' needs are. and how they can help our veterans in the community. So Nevada Veterans Association, PAC, P-A-C, Donna Lee.
And I want you to know that that's her. That think of, why, wait a minute. Yes, you're on here listening to someone again who is my mentor. I always tell, oh yeah, we're doing one other thing, ladies. We do US Vets every month. We put that together too. Nevada. So at US Vets, we go there once a month. What is it? The second Tuesday every month we go there
Monday.
to help.
Or Monday.
Oh, no, it's Monday. You're right.
Monday, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. See, look at this. See how she still helps me? So it's it's Nevada Sisters United, NSU, and we help every second Monday from 10 to 11. We're there to give resources for the women that are in the U.S. Vets, and so you can come volunteer for that. Like she just said, everything's volunteer, everybody. We're not getting paid for any of the things. Not that we're asking for it or anything like that, but in the PAC too. So it's very important that, and there's over 220,000 veterans here that can vote. So I think it's very important, everybody, that you get a hold of either her PAC or Nevada Veteran Caucus to be interviewed for endorsement. You want a veteran endorsement? Those are the two places you're going to have to go to you know, and we want you. And we're not, and it's not just Democrats or veterans. It's Democrats, veteran, nonpartisan, independents. If you're running for something and you need to come to both those two organizations to.
Absolutely.
Yes. And well, I'm going to close it out. And like I always do with my mission statement. Oh, one more thing. Yes. Make sure everybody check out their website. And we have interviewing that's going to be happening for Nevada Women in Trades in the end of July. If you're interested in getting into a trade, and we have a great program. We already have our letter that's on our website. So check it out. If you're interested in making anywhere from 70 to 100,000 a year and you don't mind trades, being outside, getting your hands dirty, please go and check out our website. But I'm going to close this statement with our mission statement. And the mission statement is to empower all women to empower us to hold hands as we rise. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
This podcast is brought to you by Envision U. Envision U has discovered how to impact spirit, body, and soul with spray technology in just 30 seconds. With Envision U, you can achieve optimal health and start living the life you have always dreamed of. Use the promo code envisinu.com/VernDix to take control of your health naturally. PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.